Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us here today. Our team coverage continues this morning as Connecticut says a final farewell to its fallen heroes. We're going to send things straight to Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Marcy Jones, who's live at Rentschler Field in East Hartford. Good morning, Marcy.
Good morning, Kate. As you know, one of the brightest lights during such a dark time has been seeing the outpouring of support from community members, whether that's dropping off notes and flowers at the Bristol Police Department or just simply dropping by, checking on the officers and giving them food to kind of help them get through their long shifts during such a tough time. However, today is going to be another physical representation of this morning. Thousands of members of the community are expected, as well as 10 to 15,000 law enforcement personnel. Now, joint funeral services will start at 11 this morning. However, members of the community, the public, is supposed to be in place by 9:30. No bags, purses, flowers, cameras, or gifts allowed within. Likely there will be a police flyover with a helicopter this morning, as well as heavy traffic for the morning and afternoon commutes. And I'm going to send things back to you right now.
Marcy, thank you. Also live in East Hartford from a different vantage point is Channel 3's Roger Suzanin. We're going to head straight out to him now to see how things are shaping up with how people are turning out. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning, Caitlin. Yes, there's been a huge police turnout here at Rentschler Field. In fact, even just within the last few moments, we've noticed police vehicles really from every state in New England, along with New York and New Jersey. You can see behind me, this is just a drop in the bucket, but we already can see well over 100 police cruisers as well as emergency personnel vehicles. We expect representation from law enforcement all over the country and even Canada. We also, just moments ago, saw members of the U.S. Navy in full dress uniform show up here at Rentschler Field. And I mentioned this is just the beginning because law enforcement personnel, they were told to arrive by 8 o'clock, so we still have nearly an hour to go. So certainly we expect this presence to only grow as the morning progresses. The other thing we can tell you is that police officers across Connecticut right now are in Bristol covering every single shift of Bristol Police Department today so that every officer can attend the funeral of their fallen brother. So it's an emotional day, a somber day, but a very impressive show of strength and unity by the law enforcement community. Reporting live outside Rentschler Field, I'm Roger Suzanin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Roger, thanks. And there are so many foundations raising money for the families of the fallen officers this morning. An official fundraiser has been set up on fundthefirst.com to support the families of Lieutenant Dustin DeMonte and Sergeant Alex Hamzy. So this morning, so far, they've raised $390,000 out of the $400,000 goal. We have a link to that fundraiser up on our website right now. And the Bristol Police Heroes Fund is also collecting money for the department. All donations can be made at the Thomaston Savings Bank locations. The Hometown Foundation in Cheshire also raising money and will also be hosting a benefit ride in honor of Lieutenant DeMonte and Sergeant Hamzy. That will be taking place October 30th. It will involve motorcycles and cars, and so far they have raised $178,000 out of the $500,000 goal. We have more information on how to participate up on the Channel 3 app.
Certainly a quiet weather day expected across Connecticut. Over the last several days, we've been talking about an area of low pressure by the Great Lakes, and that finally has lifted north. All of this cloud cover that you see is going to stay away from us today, so expecting pretty much full sunshine throughout the entire day. Winds have gone calm across most of Connecticut, and I don't expect as much of a breeze today as what we've seen over the last several, which means it's going to feel a little more true to the temperatures outside this afternoon. 32 in Willimantic and Norwich to start off the day. Likely some patchy frost along sections of Route 66, sections of Route 2. 33 in Meriden and Waterbury, 31 in Salisbury, 33 in Windsor Locks. Even at the shoreline, we've started to mix in a couple of 30s, 39 in New Haven right now, but still 41 in Groton and Bridgeport. If we zoom out a bit, that's been the story across most of the Northeast, where the coastal cities and towns this morning are about 10, even 15 degrees warmer than many of the inland locations. Here's a live look at our iCam in Waterbury. Starting to see the sun on the horizon here. We're about 15 minutes away from full-on sunrise. Here's another look at New London, too. 41 degrees in New London with wind coming out of the north around 5 miles an hour. So close to getting the sun up over the horizon. A little bit of cloud cover out on the horizon, too. This is actually moving away from us, so that's what we were looking at on the satellite earlier. Expecting full sunshine with temperatures in the 50s through the morning, topping out today in the low to mid 60s. So certainly trending a bit milder. And again, without the breeze, it's going to feel much more true to the temperature outside. Futurecast not showing much of anything out there. This is animated. Watch the time go. There's just nothing happening. Not even any clouds. Nothing. We are quiet not only today, but tonight into the day tomorrow as well. And that's going to help to push temperatures up a bit tomorrow. But by Sunday, we do start to track the potential for some showers to actually work their way back in. I think we'll see clouds thicken up on Saturday before they make their way into Connecticut sometime around lunchtime on Sunday. This particular model has shown the trend to push things a little bit back east and away from us, which puts us on the edge of some of the heavier rain. I think it's pretty likely that we're going to actually see this bumped a little further west when it comes to fruition. This does last into Monday before things start to clear out a little bit for Tuesday. Some showers lingering into Tuesday morning before we trend drier for the afternoon. And then by Wednesday, we track another little storm system that brings the potential for some showers on Thursday. And it looks like this could be very similar to what we deal with tomorrow, where it's a weak coastal storm. We bring some moisture up and allow for some heavier rain rates. And with this coming off the ocean, it is possible that we even end up with a couple rumbles of thunder. By the time all is said and done, I think we're going to end up with about a ½ inch of rain, give or take. And this is just going to be from Sunday through Tuesday. Showers are going to be sort of hit or miss, and we'll have periods of rain. It's not going to be a total washout. So I think that's why we don't end up with very high rain totals. The latest on from the foliage report does show that Connecticut's got high foliage ongoing across northwestern parts of Connecticut and even north central Connecticut too. Southern Connecticut, though, still starting to just mix in more color. I do think that some of the higher elevations in northeastern and northwestern Connecticut will likely be at peak foliage this weekend. So tomorrow going to be a great day to get out there and enjoy if you want to. 70 degrees inland tomorrow. Going to be good for the Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk as well. 68 at the shoreline, but we all trend cooler by Sunday as showers start to build back in. I expect rain to last into Monday and Tuesday. Not expecting much wind or anything like that. And then by the middle of next week, we actually warm things back up before the next round of rain rolls through. Obviously, a lot going on today. Caitlin's got more on that right now.
All right, thanks, Mike. We are going to get you a quick check here at some of those road conditions just because we are expecting some very significant traffic impacts due to the joint funeral service for Sergeant Alex Hamzy and Lieutenant Dustin DeMonte. So the funeral processions will begin at 8:55. State police are telling us that that's when we should expect things to get rolling. I would anticipate that we are going to see some traffic closures, road closures, and impacts before that. But the procession for Sergeant Alex Hamzy will begin at the Scott Funeral Home in Terryville onto Route 6 to Colt Highway onto 84 to end at Rentschler Field. The procession for Lieutenant Dustin DeMonte will begin at the North Haven Funeral Home, which is Washington Avenue onto 91 northbound to 691 westbound onto 84. That's where we do anticipate that both of those processions will meet up, 84 eastbound in the Farmington area, and then conclude again at Rentschler Field in East Hartford, exiting at exit 58 again at 10 o'clock this morning. So anticipate heavy traffic impacts because of both of these processions. Also, East Hartford Police say Silver Lane, Robert Street, and the surrounding area in and around East Hartford will also be heavily affected. So just heads up on that. We'll have much more throughout the morning. Well, thanks so much for tuning in here to Eyewitness News. Remember, you can get your news and weather updates anytime on the Channel 3 app. Have a great day.